Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for talking about Gregsbeerreviews today. We got us a small growler here that Rico has sent me from Carton Brewing. This is their Shipwreck Porter. It comes in a very nice growler. Got a wax top on it with a cap on it and the resealable thing here if you want to sip on a little bit of it and pop the cap in it and sip on a little bit more later on. Or if you want to reuse this as a home brewer, and these I call these like a Grolsch style bottle. It's got these resealable caps on the top of them. Very nice. A little more expensive bottle. I mean, this bottle can be reused over and over and over if you're a home brewer. So very nice growler. Or if you want to take it in and have your local brewery refill their beers, and this, it's got a very nice top here that can be used to seal your beer. So very nice. Very impressive growler. He also sent me a Carton Brewing. This is their boat glass, and I've already reviewed that. But he sent the glass, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and pour this beer in the glass just to use it. Very nice glass. I mean, not my typical snifter style glass that I use, like a solid beer glass or the double glass, but a very nice glass. I do appreciate it. So Rico, thanks a bunch, my brother, for sending all the beers that you do, and for the nice gift of the glass on this one. I'm gonna use it on this beer just because I frickin' can. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. This is a fairly big beer, coming in at 10%. It's not written on the container here anywhere. It says Carton Brewing, Christian, and launched in 2015. This is their Shipwreck Porter 2015. And that's basically, it's a standard growler. And he had that beer, the porter, put in it and sent it to me. So very nice. First growler that I've got in a beer mail package. So nice package. Very nice package that they've done on this with the wax top and everything. So, well, let's get on with this one. Says here the IBUs are 26 on this. Commercial description says, when our friends and neighbors at Brindley shipped us tins of the barrels used to make the Brindley Gold Shipwreck rum from the distillery on St. Kitts, we were given the opportunity to create a beer that would take advantage of wood rather than the other way around. We looked to coax complexity out of the marriage of barrel soul and the brew's potential, not just to bomb a huge beer with huge flavor. The rum that lives in these barrels for 4 years integrates its spice to the wood so well that it ends up reminiscent of a Bananas Foster. A sturdy brown honey porter seemed the best host to receive the ghosts from the Shipwreck's old home. We started with a base of deep malts looking for notes of coffee and chocolate, then enhanced them with floral bouquet of local wildflower honey and the preservative strength of 10% ABV while keeping the body sensible. This was put in casks to meld with vanilla wood and spice notes, toned down by the oxidative effect of a year in the cellar. Drink Shipwreck Porter because a barrel should be so much more than a depth charge. Very nice. Very, very nice. The food pairings for this style of beer, guys: cuisine's barbecue, cheeses, butter, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and since it is a porter or a stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, and grilled meat. Glass bar, pint back, or 9 tumbler mug, signed Seidel. I'm going to use a glass that Rico sent me here, and not recommended for extending selling when its ABV extends average range. Well, at 10%, I think it does. So I don't know, unless the coffee is going to fade a little bit over time. Being a barrel-aged beer, I don't see why you could not sell her this. Now, if it was put in your typical bottle, it might be a different story, but since it's been filled at the brew pub, I'm assuming that they did it according to what they should do. And a lot of times when you take a growler in, they tell you it's good for 3 to 5, maybe even 7 days. But I'm not sure on this particular version, since it's got the wax top and it got a good seal on it. It may keep it a little longer. I would prefer to have it in a typical bottle, off the bottling line to cellar instead of a growler. But I don't know. It's the first time I've seen a growler with a wax top on it, to be honest about it. All the growlers that I've had filled locally and within the surrounding area do not put wax on theirs. They fill it up and put the cap on it and send you on your way and tell you to drink within a week. So I wanted to go ahead and get this reviewed since he just sent it to me, and just to make sure that I'm gonna drink it fresh and we're not gonna have any oxidation or anything like that being in a growler. So, Rico, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate it. First growler on Gregsbeerreviews that have been sent to me in a beer mail package. So, nothing else we need to talk about. So let's get this thing opened up and see what we got here. Carton Brewing does some really tasty stuff, guys. Let's see if I can get this cap under this wax. They've got a nice heavy coat of wax on this. I may have to get the old knife out here. A lot of times I can run that opener underneath there and get it in there, but this is a little thicker. So let's see if I can peel enough off of this to get it open without having to peel every bit of it off. I'm not having any success here, guys, so let me go ahead and get the top open here and get more of this wax off. There we go. Now we got it all off. Now we're going to be able to get it open. Oh, nice hiss on that. Shipwreck Porter. I'm not going to pour it too aggressive, guys. We got a pretty good hiss on that. I got a feeling it's going to be well carbonated. Oh yeah. About 2 fingers of head on that pour in this glass. Over to the light, I'm not getting any light at all through this wide glass. So, and look at the head, it's starting to come up above the top of the rim of the glass here. Very well carbonated. I don't want to say it's over carbonated, but it's almost. Look at it, it's a ½ inch above the top of the glass already. I knew when I popped the top on it and I got that big hiss that it was well carbonated. That's why I didn't pour it too aggressively. Look at that. We're about 3/4 of an inch above the top of the glass now. Look at that. It just keeps growing. Wow. Very impressive for a 10%er, don't you think? Big khaki colored head on that beer. I mean, it's probably an inch above the glass now. It's not running down the sides or anything, but we got a monster head on that. Ooh, that's what she said. Alright, let's get a nose on it, see if I can smell anything through this thick foam. Not getting a lot of rum from the barrels that's been in there as long as they say they had. Look at that. I'm going to have to get rid of some of the head. chocolate, hints of some dark fruit, plums, dates, raisins, figs. I'm not getting a big rum from the foam anyway. I haven't actually tasted the beer, so see if I can get my nose and my lips out in this. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Thank you, sir. Got it on my nose anyway. A little bit of oak, a little bit of woodiness in there. Not a big rum aspect. Now, it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. That may come out more pronounced as it warms up to room temperature, which I will let it do, like I always do. Was expecting a little more rum in the aroma and in the taste that I'm getting from this. Still tastes pretty damn tasty for a 10% porter. Wow. Very nice beer. Well, let me pour her a glass, if I can do it without getting 10 fingers ahead, and sip on this for a little bit and see what we end up with once it comes to room temperature. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on this about 45 minutes or so. The other half liked it. I did too. Very nice. I would call this an imperial porter at 10%. Dark fruits, bittersweet chocolate. Now that it's warmed up to room temperature, slight hints of the rum barrels that they put this in. But I was expecting a little more influence from those barrels than what I'm getting. It's there, but it's very subdued. It is tasty though. I do like a barrel-aged porter and stouts, no doubt about it, but it's not got that big bourbon-esque whiskey barrel that a lot of them have. This was done in rum barrels, so that's a little more subdued than your bourbon and whiskey barrels are going to leave behind being aged in. So with that being said, it's very nice. It's very pleasant. I do think it's an A beer. I am getting it now that it's warmed up to room temperature, but it is very, very subtle. Hints of coffee, roasted malt, bittersweet chocolate. There's a little bit of honey in there. A lot of that, and like I said, all this sweet stuff, honey, and if they do add any molasses or candied sugar, that's a fermentable sugar. The yeast eats that up to make the alcohol. Unless they're adding lactose to it, which the yeast cannot eat, and leave that sweet back end taste, the yeast eats all those sugars up. And usually it ends up being a very dry beer on the back end because the yeast eats all of it up. So I don't know if they use any lactose in this. It doesn't taste bitter. It doesn't taste dry. But I was expecting a little more from the longevity that they let this beer in the rum barrels. It is very subtle, guys. Final chug. I will say it's slightly overcarbonated. Slightly. As you seen, the head kept growing when I poured it in there. And the same when we poured it in her glass. We poured it in her glass. She had about this much beer and about this much head. And I had to let it settle down to pour the rest of it in there. And we did finish the growler. Or she did. I topped my glass off and she drank the rest of it. And she liked it. It's very tasty. It is an A beer, guys. I would give this a 9 out of 10. If I was putting a numeric rating on it, it'd be 95. Somewhere in that area. Slightly overcarbonated, a little subdued on the rum influence on this beer, but very tasty. Very nice imperial porter. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 92 in the outstanding range. I'm a couple notches above that at 95. So 8 from them and 8 from me. and over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 99 and 92 in the style. So we got a 92, a 95, and a 99. All A's there, guys. Very nice. Very nice beer from Carton Brewing. These guys are out of Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. Very, very tasty beer, guys. Y'all doing some good stuff up there at Carton Brewing. So, Rico, thanks again, my brother, for sending me this growler. First growler in the beer mail package. Did very well. I was impressed. I was expecting not to be as carbonated as it was, being in a growler. I thought it may have lost some of its oomph being in a growler, filled in the growler, but I wouldn't be afraid to say this growler is as much carbonation as it had now. We'll just sell it for probably 6 months to a year, and it's still been just as good or as tasty, and maybe even a little tastier with all the stuff coming together and getting a little more complex over time. But I was when you guys send me beers, I feel obligated to review them in a timely manner, and as much as, and especially on the Imperial stuff, it's 10% or bigger. I would love to just shove it in the back of the fridge downstairs and leave it there for a year or 2 or 3 or 5, but that's not fair. You're spending your hard-earned money, and you want to know what I think of the beer, so that's why I try to do these in a timely manner. So, Rico, I do appreciate it, sir. This was a very tasty beer, as most of the Carton beers. I think I've only had one that wasn't an A beer so far that's been sent to me. All the rest of them have been A beers. Very nice, very nicely done, Carton Brewing. Very nice growler too. I like the resealable top that you're doing on these. And a lot of growlers have the resealable tops, but this is the first one I've ever seen that actually has the wax on there. I don't know if he requested that. Since he was shipping it out to me, or if they do all of them like that, I'm not exactly sure. So, I do appreciate it, Rico. Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate it. All right, if you've had this one from Carton Brewing, their Shipwreck Porter, let me know what you think. I enjoyed this one. It's very tasty. All right, guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what we can dig out of the fridge. See you then.